Hello and welcome to the Stock Planner channel. Today I want to talk about 5G. 5G is going to make your cell phone a lot faster, enable self-driving cars and trucks, and allow everything in your household to be connected and controlled by the cloud. The future is fantastic. After a brief discussion, I'm going to analyze a stock that I think will turn positive, especially since Congress is going to approve a subsidy for chip manufacturers. This is chip stock. And I'll tell you ahead of time, it's AMD. AMD. It's not the stock that Nancy Pelosi's investing. She's investing in NVIDIA. And I do think she has some AMD as well. The title of this talk is it too early to invest in 5G? Well, you would think that it's too late to get into 5G. You should have got in 2 or 3 years ago. But technology has been in a downturn. And maybe it'll continue, or maybe it'll reverse itself. It looks like it's reversing itself at the moment. This is a trading view chart of AMD on the daily, the weekly time frame, not the daily. I usually use the daily. And you can see that most of 2021, AMD has been on a tear. And then around November, we've seen a drop. And it's steadily been down. We've seen a little jump here, but then continues downward slide. Now we have the bill in Congress that will probably be approved that a lot of people think is going to help the chip makers and drive this thing further up. This yellow line I drew in there, it's what I think is going to really happen. I think we're going to have more slow grind down, and then shortly after the midterms, we should start seeing a little more optimism in the market. So thoughts are it might be a bit early to get in long, although I feel AMD and technology and 5G is the way of the future, especially for the next decade. So before I go any further on discussing AMD and 5G, I want to tell you that the Stock Planner channel is a swing trading channel, and swing trading is generally boring. We have a simple plan, and that is we're trying to pick the tops and bottom, which is impossible to do. But when we see those occur, we try to capture the trend in between. Top and bottom, and then capture the trend between and make some bank. I use a watch list, good risk management, try to stay sane, and with confidence and determination, we can win. It's important to always practice your craft and develop your own strategy, because you can't follow somebody else's strategy. And you must do your own due diligence, do your own analysis. If you choose to invest, it's up to you to do that research. Now let's get started. The object here is to make some money. Now if you have a cell phone today, you understand that there's towers, you can lose your signal. Basically, a cell phone using 4G, you can do a lot of things, but the speed is just not there. And since we have this picture up, I'm just going to say that you can use the same towers for 5G. You'll just hang some more of these little devices on it. So American Tower, that owns the land and the towers and rents out the little trinket space, they should do well in the next decade. AMT, it's a technology of the future. Everything will be done on a cell phone or a wristwatch. For cell phone users, you won't see much difference on a 5G network, just faster. And more of the computing will be done on the cloud. 5G is 100 times faster than 4G. And some people say it's up to 400 times faster. Now, the Internet of Things is where all your devices are connected together. Your toilet, refrigerator, when it needs more food, orders it for you automatically. Your toilet can detect diseases. Your toothbrush could be connected to the Internet of Things. Your temperature in the house, and who's in the house. In a way, it'd be fantastic. In another way, it's very intrusive. Walking down the street, you can be tracked. Where the stores, what stores you go into, what you're buying. A little scary in some ways, but it's sure to make your life easier. And I've enjoyed Google Maps, which has made my life and travel life much easier. So you got to look towards the future. I truly believe that 5G will transform the way we communicate, particularly cloud computing, cloud interaction, and data sharing. Essentially, this is kind of important, but you don't really need to know it, is that the faster speeds on 5G are because the 5G networks use higher frequency radio bands to transfer signals. These bands were previously not used, and they really do have a lot of commercial use. They have the capacity to carry large amounts of data over the airways. It certainly is new technology. It's going to change our way of life. Again, this is a tower, and 5G is going to use the same towers. All this is saying is that it'll be faster, using those higher radio frequencies. frequencies and channel and band. There is going to be a need for more towers to deliver this faster speeds. And you'll see these little devices on top of traffic lights and on signal lights on main roads. And those will be used for autonomous driving. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of driving. They're not going to look like this. The technology will prove that you won't even know that one car is autonomous and the other one is driving by a person. But the technology is here. It does work. But there's been a few mishaps. The 5G is going to enable the faster computing speeds that you need to have the response times back and forth in the transmitter in order to have safe autonomous driving. Very much looking forward to this technology. Also, artificial intelligence technologies will be enhanced through the 5G because of the quicker response times and the ability to communicate very fast with little latency with the cloud. The ability to access all that data quickly and process it is essential to artificial intelligence. And there are many business uses for 5G. You just got to imagine it. Manufacturing has been using robotics for many, many years. And this robotics requires a lot of data. Faster speeds means these robots can do more and more things. In retail, having a holographic model, seeing how the outfit is, and then having delivered by a drone powered by 5G in a matter of minutes, being developed. Artificial intelligence, 5G, can be used in even delivery of foods, where you can see your food, maybe even smell it, and then have it delivered. I can think of ways that the antique business could use this in the retail sales department. I'm in the antique business. 5G, information, artificial intelligence are essential to energy production, controlling the pipelines, shipping, and all aspects of drilling and discovery of oil. The energy corporations have been using it for some time, and also gaming. Can you think of the artificial intelligence of the use of in gaming for and if you're capable of getting higher speeds and communicating with the cloud without latency? The gaming industry is about to be changed. Areas that you can invest in. I'm not investing too much in the gaming areas, but we are talking about chips, and the chips go into all these. And my wife is a Chinese eye surgeon, not able to work in the United States without going back to college for 6 years. So she's chosen to go into some nursing, which is a little easier to get into without going back. But healthcare is about to be changed through 5G as well. That communications and higher speeds will prove valuable in many areas of healthcare. Accessing data and providing data via wearable devices, communicating your illnesses, and having the doctor access it directly, being able to respond, perhaps not without even going into the doctor's office. It was being done and during COVID. The prices haven't come down though. This remote surgery where you can do the actual surgery with a robot, and you could be in Antarctica, a doctor could be in New York City and do the operation using robotics. Absolutely phenomenal. A little scary too, but imagine being able to do remote surgery on a cruise ship. Wow. And processing data files is a benefit as well. Now, in a hospital, being able to track the patient's movements is essential, but this is going to happen in real life too. When you walk down Main Street, they're going to be tracking you as you walk down Main Street. If you're a mental health patient, you can be tracked within the city. Oh, they're doing that with criminals now too. And smartwatches, all kinds of wearable devices can give feedback to the internet quickly, and the internet can tell you if you're having a problem before you're having a problem. So imagine having a heart attack or about to have a heart attack, and you get a phone call and say, hey, look, better get to the hospital. You're about to have a heart attack. Really, really neat. So, if 5G is going to change the world and the way we live, and hopefully make it better, if you don't mind the intrusions into your privacy, I believe it's going to happen, and you need chips to make it happen. And so I want to look at a chip stock called AMD. There's a bill that's going to be introduced, probably passed in the next couple days, concerning chip makers and how we're going to subsidize them in order to build more plants so that we don't get railroaded by the countries that are doing it, producing Taiwan, South Korea, China. And recently, Nancy Pelosi, or Nancy Pelosi's husband, bought some NVIDIA, millions of dollars, I think it was, and held currently a large position. I don't see AMD on this. They're betting on NVIDIA. But AMD is certainly going to be helped by this as well. This is the stocks that Nancy Pelosi's doing. Might want to take a look at those. Yeah, this is Market Watch. I use this a lot as well for news. Nancy Pelosi's husband buys millions worth of NVIDIA stock ahead of the chip manufacturing bill vote. Seems a little dishonest. Is that insider trading? Using a free tool called Simply Wall Street. Now, some of it's free and some of it's paid. Relatively cheap, $10 a month or so. Looking at AMD, the reason why I like it is it's graphical and it has this snowflake, so-called snowflake. And you can see that, according to the analysis here, the health of this company is very regular and the future looks bright. And it seems to be undervalued, and it's trading at 41% below the estimate of fair value, which is based on free cash flow, which is the amount of money you have on hand to be able to invest in the business and sustain some problems. Earnings are forecast to grow 19%, that's 20%, and the earnings have grown 72% over the past 5 years. That's year over year. It seems that the growth is going to slow down a bit, and that's what I think. These are the competitors. You can always invest in these. If you're Intel, Texas Instruments, Qualcomm, ADI, all these are going to be affected by this bill tomorrow or the next day. And you can see that downward trend. In the last few days, it's been going up. And it says AMD is the Intel is their competitor. Semiconductors, that's their business. The price to earnings ratio versus peers, these are the cheaper stocks. This might be a little overvalued, but it has such a great future. Current price, based on free cash flow, amount of money on hand to do other things, it should be trading at 151. Probably get there eventually. Why does that stock keep going down? Looking at AMD using TradingView, this is free too. I like free stuff. This is a weekly time frame, and you can see around May of 21, I had a very nice rise. And then, around December, we had a drop. I think the recession began around the first of the year. And so I drew this little yellow line, and I think it's going to be a slow grind down until the midterms. And shortly after, and then we're going to see some growth in AMD in the future, 5G, and Internet of Things, and all that kind of things that will give us a technological edge and boost our economy. Right now, things don't look so good, though. We have some headwinds. AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, Technology, Semiconductors. FinBiz has a target price of $130.50. The analysts have a neutral rating. I've been trading this short for quite some time, taking my shorts on the downtrend. Now I have to decide, is that downtrend continuing? It certainly hasn't for the last 10 or 12 days. Or will it go up based on the Pelosi situation? And that bill gets passed and everybody's excited. The MACD says it's going up. The RSI said it's going up, but it is oversold. Overbought. And the stochastic, again, is in the overbought condition, but maybe coming around. I don't know. So if you're a long-term investor and want to buy the stock with a 6% expected move, you would expect it to go around $94, maybe $5 more than where it's at now. And if you're a pessimist, you think it might go down to 84. Ask yourself, is it getting up here or here? If you can pick the right direction, on a $1,000 investment, you would get $60. More with options if you can pick the right direction. So, my little yellow line is my little roadmap. I know it's going up, but as soon as the RSI comes back up, come across the 70, I am going to take a trade. I'm going to be patient and let it ride up, because I think in the next couple of days we'll go some heightened frenzy, and then there'll be an opportunity to short the stock once again. Now, how do I be impatient? Well, I am impatient, but how do I be patient? In TradingView, you can set an alert. And so I go down to my RSI and add an alert on the RSI. It's currently at 92. When the RSI, and I'm using RSI 4, my settings are in the description below, if you like these settings. And when the RSI 4 crosses down, in other words, coming down from the 70, down below the 70, I'm going to get notified on my cell phone. Oh, wait a minute. We are talking about cell phones here, and the advantages of being able to notify each other or simultaneously, almost. And that way I don't have to sit here at the computer waiting for this thing to come and turn around. I just wait. It might take a week, it might take 2 weeks. But generally, there's a reason for this technology stuff to be going down. And I think that reason is inflation and recession. When that happens, companies are not going to invest as much as they have been in the past. So I'm going to be careful. And I'm going to be a pessimist. And what do you think? Buy the stock on a Pelosi run-up, or wait your time, set your alert, and sit back, wait for it to come back around, and continue in your downward path. Slow grind down until the midterms and beyond. 2023 is not looking good. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. Before I let you go, I have a free watch list that I'm using, and it's using the slope. Predicts what, if it's going down or up, or no trend. And no trend is important for iron condors and that kind of thing. We can make some money when things don't move at all. Also, it gives this RSI, the MACD, and the stochastic for this watch list. And the settings are there as well. And for the price of a cup of coffee, I have a trade list using the 3 indicator strategy, which is all 3 of those occurring at one time. It gives a pretty strong signal. You can do it yourself here, or have it done for you. It gives you a roadmap of your profitability, when to get in and when to get out. Okay, let's win. And you don't have to be perfect. Things don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have the perfect entry or the exit. When you're swing trading, you don't even have to be able to spell. You have to be able to do percentages, some probabilities, be able to read, be able to study. I think paper trading is going to help you. You have to subscribe to my channel, and you have to engage. Make a comment. Happy trading. We'll catch you on the flip.